There are a lot of people out there that don't have access to a gym or weights at all. And that's why I created a few plyometric workouts you can do at home to increase your vertical. And while plyometrics are pretty important, it shouldn't be the only thing you're doing if you really want your vertical to skyrocket. And that's why I'm gonna give you guys a bodyweight strength workout to increase your vertical. Something you could do at home or outside with no equipment at all. So here it is. Do your warm-ups, your mobility stuff, your flexibility stuff, whatever you do for a typical warm-up. But something you need to include in your warm-ups are ISOs. 4x5 sets of 45-second holds for wall sits. That's going to be really good for your knee health. And 4x5 sets of 45-second calf raise holds for your Achilles health. Mandatory before each workout for sure. The first exercise is going to be pistol squats, 4 sets by 5 reps. This is going to be our main quad strengthening exercise. And since it's a single leg exercise, it could help get rid of any muscle imbalances you may have. However, you do need a lot of mobility to do these, and you need to be decently strong as well. And I know there are only a handful of people that could actually do a pistol squat, let alone 4 sets of 5 reps of them. So here are some alternatives. You could have a chair or a bench you're sitting onto and coming back up. The higher the height of the chair, the easier it'll be. So once you start to progress in the pistol squat, once you start to get stronger, you can start to decrease the height of the chair and keep decreasing the height of the chair once you can do an actual pistol squat. You can also hold on to something in front of you, creating constant assistance throughout the whole rep, on the way down and on the way up. For this exercise, I want you guys to have the tempo of 3-1-1. 3-1-1 meaning you should lower down on the eccentric for 3 seconds, pause at the bottom for 1 second, and explode up concentrically for 1 second. If you're sitting on a chair, pause onto the chair for a second, and 1 second on the concentric, basically exploding up. Next, I got Nordics, one of my favorite exercises to develop eccentric strength in the hamstrings. It's gonna be a little bit hard to find something stable enough to hold your body weight, but I use the gap in between this cabinet to hold myself. And I also wear shoes to provide some grip. It doesn't fit my whole foot. Ideally, you want to have something that can support you from above the heel, but work with what you have. You can also find someone strong enough to assist you, holding your foot down the whole time. For these, the goal is to lower down slowly without face planting by using your eccentric strength. And I want you guys to follow the tempo of 4-0-1. 4 seconds on the eccentric, try lowering down slowly without any assistance for 4 seconds, 0 second pause at the bottom. And if you can do these without assistance, a 1 second concentric. If not, then just push yourself back up and perform the 4 second eccentric again. That's the most important thing of this exercise. At first, it's gonna be pretty hard to go low without any assistance. So something that helped me perform Nordics was putting a little stool in front of me. So I was reaching over with my arms, providing a little bit of assistance, not putting all of my weight on it. And on the concentric, I'm still using a little bit of assistance, only enough so that my hamstrings are doing most of the work. Next, I got single leg elevated glute bridges, 4 sets by 8 reps each. Having a slightly elevated platform, like a stool or a chair, you're placing your foot on the edge of the stool or the chair, making sure it's stable by the way, and you're just thrusting into a full hip extension. The tempo for these are gonna be 3-0-1-2. So yeah, 3-0-1-2, 3 second eccentric, 0 second pause at the bottom, explode concentrically for 1 second, and a 2 second pause at the top at full hip extension. Keep your knees at about 90 degrees when performing these, and really make sure to squeeze your glutes at the top. If these are too hard, then you could do a double leg glute bridge. Yeah, we already have a posterior chain exercise in the Nordics, but they're primarily working on the hamstrings' eccentric strength. Not so much of the glutes, not so much of the concentric work. With the glute bridge, we're targeting the glutes, targeting some of the hamstrings, and we're also training the posterior chain concentrically too, which is half of the battle. And lastly, I got single leg calf raises, 4 sets by 8 reps each. While holding onto a wall or something to give you stability, you're simply just doing a single leg calf raise. To make it harder, you could do an elevated single leg calf raise, putting a book underneath or an elevated platform, and that's just so you can work at a greater range of motion, which is preferable. For most athletes, 8 single leg calf raises are way too easy, but that's just because they spam them like this, and that's not going to cause the adaptations that we want in our calves. So the tempo for these are going to be 3-0-1-3. Lowering down slowly in the eccentric for 3 seconds, a 0 second pause at the bottom, a 1 second concentric, and a 3 second hold at the top. This way you're not cheating the reps and you're strengthening what needs to be strengthened. And that's the workout. Following the tempo is super important so that you're not wasting any movement and you're not cheating on the reps. If you do all of these with the proper tempo, with the hard alternatives, and it's still too easy for you, then you gotta find a way to get into the gym. Find a way to get a membership, find a way to get weights. You just gotta find a way to do some weight training. Because for this workout, it's gonna be pretty hard to progressively overload without any weight or equipment, without increasing the volume. And you don't really want the volume to surpass 8 to 12 reps. There's only so many times you can do this workout without plateauing, which is normal of course after doing a workout for an extended period of time. But once you do plateau in this workout, which will take a month or two, then you're gonna need something intense because your body's already adapted to this stimulus, this workout. And there's only so much you can do with only body weight. If you want your vertical to be even crazier, then you're gonna have to find a way into the gym, find a way to do weight training, because eventually this is not gonna be enough. But this workout is challenging enough to hold you down for a while, so try it out. Doing this strength workout 1 to 2 times a week, along with a plyo or jump session 1 to 2 times a week, and you should be able to make some pretty decent progress. Hey, let me know what you guys want to see next, and also let me know how this workout goes. I hope you guys are actually strict on these workouts I'm giving you and you're increasing your vertical. All right, that's all. Later.